In order for us to grow individually and as a whole, these conversations are necessary. Let's get it. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Empowering Real Talk. It's your girl, Coach K. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you have not already, please make sure you subscribe to the Upgraded Mindsets Media channel here on YouTube. But if you are listening, make sure that you have favorited Empowering Real Talk on your favorite streaming platform so you don't miss these conversations that are necessary. I'm super excited today. As you can see, I'm recording in person with my amazing guest. I have been following this woman's journey for the past 4 years now. And let me tell you, she has a story way beyond those 4 years, but I have been blessed to be a part of and support her in these last 4 years. So I'm going to let her introduce herself. What's going on, baby?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm
Try not to
good.
laugh. See, I like to laugh.
Hey, and we're going to laugh up in here, y'all. Please let the listeners and audience know who you are.
Well, my name is Felicia Murray. I am the mother of 5 adult children. I have 8 grandchildren. I would have 9. My daughter had twins. She had them at 22 weeks. One of the twins had passed away at 5 pounds. She was like 14, 15 ounces. And Emily is a pound and 16 ounces, which she was born in July. She came home 2 days before Thanksgiving at 8 pounds. So we are blessed that God allowed our Emily to come home, and she's a big, pretty, bald-headed baby like her mom.
Aww.
We just love her to death.
I love it. I'm just so, and we haven't really chatted enough to know, so I knew she was home, but I just didn't know. So that was definitely something to be thankful for. Sis, you have had an amazing year this year. It has been a year of transformation, and I'm on the outside looking in, but I know that it has been full of transformations. So as you guys said, as I said, I began I connected with Felicia back in 2021. She came to me with a vision, and when I tell you that vision was so amazing, I was so excited to help her. Please share your name of the vision that you brought to light.
It was Sister Love Salads.
Let me tell y'all, them salads, baby, them salads. Y'all see my face? Them salads was so amazing. But with Felicia, it was more than just making salads. She has a story that prompted her to want to make more healthier options and alternatives for us individuals, because one thing we do, we can eat, baby. We can eat. So I love that she has taken Sister Love Salads and just made it more than about making salads, but also helping people with lifestyle adjustments. And as far as with her own too, if you feel like comfortable sharing a little bit more about your backstory with regards to your health.
I know I was first diagnosed with cervical cancer back in 2005. After going through a lot of radiations and chemos, it had ended up messing with my bones a lot. And so being able to mess with my bones became very brittle, and I gained arthritis in that hip bone, not my pelvis bone. So when I was able, having problems walking and my legs was hurting a lot, I had ended up going to a doctor, and the doctor said, well, Miss Watkins, you have, at the time I was married. So he was like, Ms. Watkins, we know we need you to have a hip replacement. So I kind of prolonged. I was like, no, I can't do that right now. I have children to take care of. I can't just hop up and have this surgery at this time. So when I went to the doctor, I was asking him, was this because of induced chemo? And he was like, no, ma'am, it's not because of radiation. It's because, for one, you are a African-American woman with big hips. So, it's a lot of weight on me. And plus, I'm a thick lady as well. But that's in my family. I can't help that. And so, but he also let me know that they felt like the bone issue that I had was something from childhood, which I never wasn't aware of. So, not as my wife, was anything wrong with me when I was a child? And also my sister, the same thing's wrong with her too, with her bones as well. It was something they felt like it was something she got her childhood. So they said, well, Felicia, we need you to lose weight or find some ways to lose weight. So I said, well, I love salads. I love fruits. I love chicken, fish. So what I did was, I'm like, well, I'm gonna start making salads and fruit salads and get myself down a little bit so I can get the surgery. And I'm also gonna do some exercises and walk around. But at the same time too, I wanted other people to be on this journey with me. So if they want to have healthy living or somebody to support them or encourage them, so they can also have, transformations in their weight, because, our health is very important.
It is.
So, but
It
I still
is.
haven't had the hip replacement yet. But I have I have worked so much,
Yeah.
and I kind of forgot about my own health, about putting so much into other people.
Ooh,
So now
y'all
it's
know we're
like,
gonna get into that,
yeah, we're
right?
gonna get into that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like, it's time for Felicia to pour into Felicia and take care of Felicia more. So it's like right now, currently, we gonna talk about
Hey,
it
we
later.
on that. Listen, when she came to me in 2021, she came to me from a business perspective. Now, y'all know when you work with me, we align the personal and the business together. One thing that I cannot do, because I just don't feel like that I'm serving you 100%, is not help you on the personal alignment and the personal transformation when you're trying to start a business, because you have to make sure that that is intact and in tune. You can't start a business and be a habit. It's not going to work. You might have short term this and that, but if you're trying to have longevity and build that, that's something that we work on. So when we started working together, I realized that she was me in a lot of ways, not prioritizing myself, going and ripping and running for everybody else, and just not pouring into ourselves. And we had that outdated mindset of, if we give to everybody else, we'll get our blessings that way.
Yeah.
And y'all know I shook that mindset. I talk about that often, but I actually watched Felicia be able to shake that mindset as well. And with that became a hell of a transformation, that she's still walking here today.
Yeah.
Let the listeners know a little more, like, how you were like lacking in your self prioritization.
Lacking. I would say lacking is not a good word. For me, what I said was I was zero. I would make sure that everybody got up and got for school. I made sure everybody had their food. I made sure everybody had clean clothes. I made sure everybody had everything they need. So even in my personal life, when I got into my job, I got into a job because it was a job that I was serving.
Yeah.
So what happened was, I would find myself taking my job home. So I'm at home where I'm supposed to be peaceful at home. I'm taking that, even my job at home. People call me, Miss Felicia, I'm about to get my lights cut off. Felicia, I'm about to get my water cut off. Felicia, I'm at this. And I would stop what I'm doing. I could be spending time with my kids, my grandkids, eating, having a nice time, laughing, talking. I could be on vacations in Tennessee, visiting my family. The first thing I would do, I would stop and make sure that everybody got a way to get their lights on. They had a way to find a food box. They had a way to find clothes for their kids. It was just like I didn't find no self for Felicia. So now it's like I'm putting everybody else's weight on me.
Right.
So that's I'm already a thick girl. So I'm carrying that weight, and then I'm carrying everybody else's weight on me.
Yeah.
So we started messing with my mental.
Yes.
And so I had to feel like Felicia, you trying to encourage other women and support other women, and you trying to be all this and do that and be here and do there. So it's like now I'm shifting, I'm tossed. And I'm turning, I'm doing all kinds of things like that. I'm not sleeping at night. I'm getting up, getting kids ready for school, and dropping them off and helping with doctors. I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
So now it's like I'm chaotic.
Yeah.
So whatever I'm trying to pour into is not working for me on my behalf because I got so much other garbage in mess going. Yes. So I had to start letting go of some stuff. Yes. And when God told me to let it go, I started letting it go.
And I think that we were just talking about this before we started recording, the fear, right? We walking with God, we aren't supposed to be fearful, but we are human. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes what happens is we do get so caught up in that message that we don't give ourselves a chance to still feel. Yeah. Right. And that's a lot of ways that hold us back and keep us stagnant too. I know for me, when I was showing up for everybody else and just running, it was deflecting my own things, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew there were things that I wanted to work on for myself, but I was like, oh, I don't have time to do that. We always are quick to say we don't have time. You do. It's what you want to make time for, and I think that even with you, I watched you begin to start turning things down, start saying no, start prioritizing yourself. And I want us to understand that it's not going to be a one time overnight, oh my God, I'm selling everybody no from here on out. That's not how that works. And especially as women, because we're nurturers, we are not going to just be able to say no. Out of 10 times, if you say no 2 times, baby, that is still a success, because it's all about how you think about it. The first time you say no, what's that song Beyonce say? The first time I say no, it's like I never said yes. you're going to deal with that with people because they're so used to you showing up for them. And this go for family, friends too, because I know you had to make some transformation shifts when it came to the kids too.
Ooh, yes, because I got one grandson. He's like my best friend. Like I mean, but he's older now, so he loved, the things that I'm doing. It's like he my big support system, and my kids, my older kids, they the same way. They're like, Mom, what happened if we lose you, like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I haven't, sometimes we don't think of it like
We
that
don't
because
think
they're
of it like
older.
that.
So you feel like to stay older. You be like, y'all better make it, y'all good.
Yeah.
For to see my kids now, I be like, they're thankful for me and they're grateful for me and they're happy that now I'm doing what I want to do now. They love it. At first I'm like, I don't want to tell my kids no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody to be out there trying to judge my babies like I'm not there. But one thing I can say about me, my kids will tell everybody I'm an amazing mom.
That's
and
a
just
fact.
a better grandchild.
They love her
grandparent,
so
and
much.
friend. I'm a friend. I'm very loyal to a default sometimes. Being loyal has got me in some troubles because my ideal is loyalty is different from other people. I don't have the same definition of loyalty to people, like everybody else do.
Right.
My definition of loyalty is as long as you can be, good by me behind my back, I'm good.
Yeah.
So people talk about me in conversations and you let them talk about me, I know you're not loyal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you gain them conversations behind my back, you're not a loyal.
Yeah. And I think that's like understanding what things look like for everybody else, because loyalty for me is that too, but it's also me being able to hold you accountable. Right? Because what I used to believe loyalty is that, when your friends wrong, when your people wrong, you gonna ride with them even though they wrong. And I don't necessarily believe that anymore. Now, do I believe that I'm going to be that person like, oh my God, I'm going to tell? Like, not to that degree, but what I'm saying is if I know that you are deliberately doing wrong, and if I don't have a conversation with you, how can I call you my friend? How can I be your friend? Now, if I had that conversation with you and you like, oh, don't talk to me about nothing, baby, who finna fall back is me. I'm going to fall back. But you also know that level of relationship that we had has changed, because one thing that I have lost people along the way because of how I had to transform, how I had to change things, how I had to live, think, breathe, eat, all of that, like everything. My mindset had to change in so many ways. And just watching you begin that journey of transformation, it has prompted a lot of things that you have done from the entrepreneur standpoint, right? Sister Love Salad was birthed, and yay, love it to death.
I gotta come out of retirement, y'all.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that, y'all. We're gonna get into that. But like everything else behind that too, because again, as I told y'all, Sister Love Salad was more than just her making salads for people. It was really a spiritual meaning behind it. You know what I'm saying? Please tell us a little bit more about that.
I was trying to find names for this for it. I couldn't think of no names at all. And my sister, I had just met my sister 2-3 years ago, and she passed away. And I was like, okay. Then I have an older sister, you know what I'm saying? And our relationship had got better. So I'm like, dang, sister, it's his sister to start coming to me. Then I met Miss Keisha, and I had met Miss I had met UPM. I'm gonna say UPM.
Yes. Shout out UPM Sweets.
I had met all of them. And it was like a sisterhood to me. And I was like, Sister Love Salads.
I love it.
I'm gonna name my salad Sister Love Salads. And ever since then it's been a success since then,
Yeah. And even with that, like, because can we talk about the book a little bit? The first book. The first book. Because Keisha heard that.
It was Keisha who did it. It was not my idea. She was like, I tell this story to a lot of people and they laugh so hard. She said, well, Felicia, stop being vulnerable because, people just going to be buying food from you and they'll know you. So I'm like, that's, but it's true, that's from the business. That's, she's just letting me know. People don't know you, Felicia. You trusting you the salads and making salads for them and all the kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah. So I wrote a short story introducing myself to the world and some things I had went through. And some stuff had transpired and stuff that, and Keisha, had ended up letting me have somebody else get the book. And that was Miss Love House. What's up to Miss Love House?
Shout out to Love.
And so I had ended up letting her read the book. And she was like, this is amazing. You got to get out there. And so we was thinking of stories, like titles. And I couldn't think of nothing. I was like, sister to salad. I couldn't think of nothing. And she came up with tossed salad. And I was like, wow. And she told me, let's name it tossed salads because in your book, it's like you've been tossed from birth, from your grade school, from your family, from relationships to friendships, from illnesses, from marriages, from all of that. And I was like, that sounds so good.
Ooh.
So if you trying to be an
That
author
gave me chills.
and you need somebody to help you with a title, talk to Love Hobbs because
Mm.
she did it. I mean, every time she thought of a part, she'll call me, Felicia, read this part. I read it. I'm like, it sounds good to me. And she's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. She's like, no, it don't sound good to me. She's like, let me see something else. And she'll send me something else, and it sounds amazing. Like
Yeah.
she took my words and she brought them to life.
Yeah.
When I read that whole book and I got reading that whole book, I cried because it was so much stuff in that book that I forgot about. But not only that, we always try to bury that stuff.
Yeah.
And we don't try to bring it back out until,
Suppression
somebody bring
is
it
real,
up.
y'all.
So, I was like, oh, all this stuff was really going on. And then it started letting me know some of the stuff I had buried. The reason why I did that book was it was ready for me to grow. That's when my transformation came in, when I read my book, because I found out all the stuff that I was going through now is because stuff I buried and I didn't want people to know it. And I kept it a secret, and I wanted my life, like everybody to see my life as it is now.
We're embarrassed, right?
Yeah.
We're embarrassed. We're
I didn't want people
ashamed.
to know that.
Yeah, we're embarrassed. We're ashamed. And I'm not taking away from anybody's feelings with that, because there are some things that I was embarrassed of. And there are some things that I was ashamed of. But like you, I have suppressed. And honestly, there are still some things that I don't remember about my youth and my young adulthood, because I have suppressed it so much. But being on the journey that I'm on, little tidbits come to life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But because I'm on a healing journey, I understand that that's a part of the process. And I understand that that's going to help me with my resilience, because I don't want to suppress anything anymore.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
yes.
I can't be out here preaching to women and telling women that we got to do the inner work if I'm not doing the inner work. You know what I'm saying? Which inner work? Becoming her, y'all. Make sure y'all grab that, okay? But like, that just opened so many doors for Felicia.
It did.
And I know mentally it helped her, because we don't talk about our mental health enough. And I want to tell y'all the difference. There's a difference between mental health and mental health conditions, right? Mental health is our everyday life, just like your physical health. Physical health, mental health. When you put conditions after it, that's a whole different meaning. And I'm not even going to get into that, but I just felt the need to want to share that, because when we talk about mental health, we automatically cringe. We won't talk about it enough. It needs to be normalized. So I love that you actually said that, yes, I had to do this work, you know what I'm saying, on my mental. What does that look like for you lately?
It looks good because when I did toss salads, Kingston, my grandson, he wanted a book. Now I got 7 grandkids. I told y'all that. So I had to write 7 books.
And she got 7
And I got
books.
7 books for all 7 of my grandchildren. And I'm writing another one for Emily and for Emery. And then one all together for all of them. So someone had reached out to me and they wanted to do a Because I Survived Part 2, Mr. Archie.
Hey, shout out Mr. 180 Live.
I had got in that book and I had to think of something that I had survived and I went through. And it was grief. I don't know why we keep going back to mental health, but if somebody's going to do mental health, do y'all listen to the best broadcast today? Because I really don't mention mental health too much. I kind of leave it alone too.
Yeah.
But I was going through a real bad situation of grief. I had lost someone that was my best friend.
Right.
And, usually, when I had went through grief, which is in tossed salads, I went to very unhealthy habits when I went through that. So when tossed salads came out, at that time, my best friend was here as the book was getting processed. I was going through being an ordained minister, all of that. So I was like, okay, so when the book ended up coming back out and hitting, he had passed away. So I dedicated my book to him. But it was crazy because how I knew how I dealt with stuff in the past. I'm like, I wasn't going to deal with that this way. I dealt with a much healthier way. Yes. Not only that, I had a personal relationship with God now. So by me having a personal relationship with God this time, it helped me deal with my grief a little bit better. And then, but it had people in my past that when I did stuff I did, when my dad passed away, my grandpa passed away, them people resurfaced. I ain't heard from these people in 6, 7 years, y'all. And then all of a sudden they resurfaced like, oh girl, let's go out. Oh girl, let's do this. Oh, I'm like, I'm finna be an ordained minister.
Dang.
And then I got to show my kids the proper way to deal with grief. Because if
Absolutely.
they see me go through it like this, they're going to feel like, this is a acceptable
This
way to
how,
go through
yep,
grief.
this the normal way.
So
Yeah.
I'm not finna go through it like
Yep.
that. So it's like I changed tremendously in that way, dealing with my grief. Anything else in my life, I have learned to just let it go.
Yep.
You know, so I cannot change things that are already done happen.
Yeah.
You know, I could pray on it
Yeah.
and be like, it's just gonna help me. Like, okay, it didn't work this time. So if it didn't work that time, well, I'm gonna do it the second time.
Absolutely.
I'm not finna go through it. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, death is hard.
Yes.
I'm finna tell nobody how to, and I have always been over like, oh, they're in a better place. You cannot tell an individual how to
Can we
grieve.
talk about that for a second? Can we talk about the fact that I cannot stand when people get on people posts and be like, they in a better place, they not suffering no more. We need to find better ways, mentally healthier ways to tell people how, you know what I'm saying, to deal with people when it comes to grief. Don't come to, and don't, another thing that I can't stand is when you be like, oh, I know how you feel. You don't.
Bingo.
You don't. Because here's the thing. I lost my sister. I know that there are other people that have lost their sisters, but the grief is different. I grieve differently. Do not come to me and be like, yeah, I know how you feel. I lost my sister too. Because now where I'm at in life, I'm probably going to check you. You don't know how the hell I feel. Nope. So don't say that. So I know it's not that you're trying to be malicious with that. We just have to be more mindful of the things that we say to people who are grieving. It's just that simple. You might not be able to say nothing. You know, it could be like, you know, I'm here for you, you know, and leave it at that. You don't have to go above and beyond. Sometimes just hugging somebody, sometimes no words at all.
No words.
Can make a bigger difference than what you saying. Oh, I know how you feel. I understand how you feel. You don't. You don't understand that. I love that you were really like able to identify that grief and really work through it, because we have to stop trying to act like we can handle things by ourselves. We have to stop acting like we're strong women. That stigma, and I know y'all gonna be like, I am strong. You are a woman of strength. Yeah. Let me tell you the difference. A strong woman, everybody will turn their back on because they say, you got it. She don't need no help. She good. A woman of strength is vulnerable enough to understand that she can't do things by herself. So from here on out, you are not a strong woman. You are a woman of strength. Listen, tell us what's coming up for you. Tell us everything that's been going on. She says she's been ordained. She got books, and the links to access her books will be in the podcast show notes, you guys. Okay. So I definitely want to make sure that you guys, she has so many books. Please give them the names of all the books.
The books I got Tossed Salad.
Right.
I got Because I Survived Part 2. I have a sacred prayer journal for 365 days. I also have 7 grandchildren books. It's Kingston. It's their names: Kingston, Adani, Ariana, Genesis, Amarley, and Jamara. So they books have all their names on them. Beautiful pictures.
Sis, you have made so many sacrifices on this journey. You know what I'm saying? And I can't tell you, I tell you often, I'm so proud of you, and just being, hell yeah. Like, we ain't gonna sugarcoat it. We don't sugarcoat around here. Things are hard to shift. Things are hard to transform. But if you are tired of being unfulfilled, unsatisfied, stressed out, like just no hope whatsoever, you've got to be able to figure out what needs to be sacrificed, what needs to be transformed, because everybody, and I mean everybody, has to make some form of transformation for a better life for themselves. Whether you are from a personal perspective, trying to shift jobs, trying to go into entrepreneurship, just personally knowing that your habits that you have adopted and had for so long are outdated and need to be replaced. Start the journey. You know that the change needs to happen on Monday. So Tuesday, you need to start that journey. You know what I'm saying? What's coming up for 2026, sis?
It is so amazing. I did the magazine for December.
Yes.
I got nominated for some other things.
Yes.
I got nominated for Top Influential Women for 2025. I got nominated for Queens I Am Enough for Domestic Survivors. And I also got nominated for a BB Online Award because I've been using my Facebook to, promote myself.
Absolutely.
I also, I haven't told a lot of people, but this is from Felicia. I have sacrificed and left my job. at PCCO had start to make sure that I pour into Felicia. I have poured into so many people's lives. I love them. All my pretty moms, everybody I met. I love the team I was with. I love everybody. I did not leave on no bad, auras, none of that. My mom got ill. I decided to be with my mama, you know what I'm saying? Because my mama would have did it for me. I know she would have, because that's the type of person she was. And I said, I'm going to be on my mama. She ended up getting to the doctor again. My daughter called me. She was like, we got to rush grandma to the doctor again. And I, out of instinct, I automatically wrote them and said, no, this is not it. I'm finna be on my mom. I was frustrated. And everybody see me now, like, Felicia, look at you. You're glowing. Man, I am so peaceful.
Yeah. And I think now the sacrifice you made, it wasn't you, like you said, you didn't leave on bad terms, but you are in a such more mentally healthy space to where you're still going to be able to take care of mom. Because one thing I want y'all to understand, nobody's saying that y'all can't still take care of people and support people. Because baby, I'm gonna be honest, if my mama we already know how I feel about my mama.
Amen.
So if the sacrifices need to be made, they're going to happen. But I love that you making that sacrifice, but also you are still going to be able to make moves.
Yep,
right?
I'm moving.
Yeah. Period.
And I'm moving.
She ain't stagnant.
Yep.
So be understanding to know when you are ready to make sacrifices and transformations, you got to keep moving.
Yeah.
You got to keep moving, but you also got to make the moves that align with you. That don't mean just go out here and do any and everything,
Right.
y'all. That mean figure out what that looks like. If you need to talk to somebody, I love that Felicia came to me 4 years ago. So it's finna be almost 5.
Yep,
but like, yeah. So
this
be okay. Be okay with talking to somebody.
Yep, it is.
I'ma tell y'all. Any final words before we get out of here? Please get some motivating words. Come on, Pastor. Come on, Pastor.
Final words. It's weird that I have been asked to give people motivation, and I have learned that at the end of the day, it's only one you. You know what I'm saying? Can nobody duplicate you? Can nobody give you the gifts God gave you? Can nobody do nothing but you? And change starts with you. And the mind is the devil's territory.
Ooh.
And once he gets in that, it's over. You have to learn to speak yourself out of things. Because everybody's not going to pray for you. Everybody's not going to be happy for you. Everybody's not going to be on your team. Sometimes you got to be just you on the team until you get some good players on the team. See, everybody want to get people on the team because they wealthy and everybody knows
Talk about it
like that.
Talk
they don't
about
want
it.
individuals on their team that going to be supportive. Everybody needs a support team and a cheerleader. I have learned that I don't need people to support me that not going to support me. And you going to learn them people that's going to support you, because once your name is being said, or your books, or your food, or your products being said, they'll be the man like, I remember her when she was like this. I remember her when she was like that.
And
those are the people
Yes.
you do not need to be on your team, because when something like a tragedy, or if your business falls, they're going to be the main people that's going to leave you behind, but then going to try to go start their own business or their own products
and talk about how you failed.
And fail. And talk about you like it all.
Yeah.
And then we try to go get your family and other people on their team. And I had to learn through Keisha and I'm gonna say like this: the women at UBM Sweets. That it ain't about popularity and it ain't about who you know. It's about you. It's about your reputation and how you start. And everybody want to say it's always about it ain't about how you gonna finish it. It's how you gonna start it. Everybody look in the middle part. You know what I'm saying? Like in depth. Everybody gonna look at what you done in the middle. They ain't gonna worry about your birth or when you die. They're gonna worry about everything you did in between that dashboard. That's what they gonna worry about. So first, worry about you. Don't worry about everything around you, because if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. Your blessings are your blessings. Your thoughts are your thoughts. Everybody ain't supposed to be on your journey. If God don't release them people, let them folks go. Because he must have released it for a reason. That's why everybody got problems now. Because they want to go back and pick up stuff and baggages and problems and stuff that God already released it. Let it be gone. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be here until God's ready to call me to glory. I am so happy and peaceful and glowing. I've been hearing this all weekend. Dang, Felicia, why you glowing? Because when God released me, he released me for the glow. That's it. I'm gonna be there for my mama, until the end of, whatever, whoever called us home first, be there for my mom. Because it was me, my mama did it for me.
Absolutely. I love it. y'all, powerful, powerful. Ain't got nothing else to say after that, okay? I just want to know, please let them know where they can find you at on social.
I just got Facebook. I ain't know about the TikToks and
You could.
Instagrams and all that.
If it's a line for you to have it, you'll have it. So where can they find you at on Facebook?
I got kids and they do that but I got Facebook. It's Felicia Murray. Sister Love Salads, I've been telling about that for come out of retirement. I've got to get some more amens about that. But
she coming out, y'all. She coming out. All right. So make sure that you follow her on Facebook under Felicia Murray. There is a Sister Love Salad Facebook page. So make sure you follow that as well, because when she come out of retirement, that's the first place she's going, y'all.
Yeah, I sure am.
Sis, it has been a great. Thank you so much for blessing Empire and Real Talk. And thank you for sharing your story. And I just want to tell you again how proud of you I am. And this is just the beginning. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, make sure you have subscribed to the channel. Make sure you have subscribed to the podcast. If you are somebody who is struggling trying to figure out what life's purpose looks like for you, you are stuck, you are unsure, you are uncertain, all first conversations are always on me, baby. Do not hesitate to reach out. Go check out my website. Click yourself a complimentary consultation. Let's talk about your transformation.
And bring some tissue because we cry babies.
And we are. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Stay empowered, baby.